guys, I'm welcoming you to my channel today, and if today is your first time of checking on this channel, you are definitely welcome to this channel where you can learn how to cut and sew easily. Here on this channel, I upload sewing and cutting tutorial with pattern drafting. So this is what we do here, okay? So you are on the right side. On today's tutorial, we are going to be cutting a 720-degree peplum top. So this is what we are going to be making today. We are going to be making padded 720-degree peplum top. Okay, so subscribe to this channel if you want to see more of my videos. If you like what I'm doing here, please like this video, share and subscribe, and then turn on the notification bell to get you an update anytime I upload my videos. So I want to draw my marginal line. So this line is going to guide me to get the necessary point. So having done this, I will mark the back measurement. So I have 15 inches for the back measurement. So divided into 2 is going to give me 7.5. So this is what I marked. Then I went down 0.5 for the shoulder slanting. And this is what I'm marking. So I'm connecting it with my ruler. So guys, I want to mark my hammer line. So I have 8 inches for the hammer line. So I want to mark my hammer line 8 inches. So my bust point is 10 inches. Under bust is 13.5. Then waist line is 16 inches, and I added 1.5 for joining allowance of the upper part and down part. Having done this, I will be marking the dots. I will extend this dot. It's my under bust and the half length. Okay, and then I want to connect the hammer line. Good. So guys, I have 4 inches for the nipple to nipple, 8 inches for my nipple to nipple. Divided into 2 is going to give me 4 inches. So this is what I'll be working on. Then I'm going to place this 4 inches from the bust point, my upper chest, under bust and the waistline. So from the bust point, I'll be marking this 4 inches. I will mark it on my under bust, and then I'm going to mark it on my waistline. And then I will place my ruler to connect these dots together. I hope you saw this. So having done this, from the bust point, I'm taking 0.5 downward, and then above the bust point, I will be taking 0.5. 0.5 above the bust point, and below our bust point, I'll be taking 0.5. So I will link the dots together, and then I'm going to mark it for you to see. So, you know, this blouse is going to have yoke. So that's why I created this 0.5 above the pot, above the bust, because I'm going to I'm going to add that at that point. Okay, so to cuff my hammer, I'm going to look for the midpoint, and then I will mark 0.5 on the midpoint, on the point of that midpoint. Then I'm going to place my cuff ruler and cuff this way. I hope you saw this. So guys, I'm done with cuffing of my hammer. The bust measurement we are working with is 37 inches. So I'm placing line 1/4, which is the quarter of our bust measurement. And the under bust measured 31 inches. Then I'm going to place the quarter of my under bust on the under bust line. So this is what I'm marking, and the waist measured 32 inches. I'm placing 8 inches like so. So having done this, I want to create the cup. So from the center front, I'll be marking 1 inch from the waistline into the under bust. And to the side, center side, I'll be marking 1.5. To the center side, I'll be marking 1.5 on my waistline and on the under bust. Okay. So from the apex, I'm going to connect, I'm placing my ruler to connect from the apex to 1.5 at the center side and 1 inch on my center front. So this is what I'm connecting right here from the apex. Okay. Then I'm going to draw a straight line. So I'm drawing a straight line to the waistline. Okay. So this is what you are going to have if you follow this method. Okay. So guys, I'll go ahead and add 2.5 for that I took to my under bust and my waistline. So my bust point, I'll just add 0.5 for that side. I'm going to cut that. So 0.5 and then 2 inches I added for joining allowance. So I'm going to do the same thing here on my waistline, 2.5 and then 2 inches for allowance. Okay. Then I'm placing my ruler to connect this together. Good. So this is what we have. Okay. Now I told you it's going to have yoke. So to determine this yoke, this is what you are going to do. So you are going to measure how deep you want your yoke to be. So I'm marking the yoke. I want to choose 8 inches for this yoke. So the depth of my neck is 4 inches. The wideness is 3.5. So this is what I want to connect before I mark the yoke. 3.5 is the wideness of the neck, and then 4 inches is the depth of the neck, and I'm placing my cuff roller to curve this out. So in creating the yoke, you are going to determine, like I said, how deep you want your yoke to be. Okay. So from the shoulder line, you are measuring your yoke length from the shoulder line. So whatever measurement you want to use, place your tape measure from the shoulder line and measure your yoke. So here I want to choose 7.5 for the yoke, and then you can create any shape you want for this yoke. So this one I'm drawing is like sweetheart. So this one is going to come out like sweetheart. Okay. So you can create sweetheart, you can create straight, you can create V neck depending on how you want it. Okay. So this one too is going to come out as straight because I want to cut straight for this tutorial. So I have straight shape here and sweetheart neck shape. So You can choose out of the two depending on how you want it, depending on your preference. So you can choose scissors or you can choose straight. Okay? So blend it to the hammer side. Make sure you blend it to the hammer side this way, like so. Okay? So this is straight one. I want to cut straight one. So I'm not using the upper one, which is straight right. So I want to make use of straight one for today's tutorial. And I will cut. So this is what we have for the front bodice we cut, and this is our yoke. So I'm placing my yoke there. I hope you saw this. So this is our yoke and front bodice of this 720-degree peplum top we are making. So I will place it on my fabric right there. So guys, this is what I have, and this is wording I want to use to create the cup. So this is aligning. So I want to cut 720-degree peplum flare. So the waist measurement we are working with on today's tutorial is 32 inches. Okay, so 32 inches is the waist measurement we are working with. So to achieve this, I'm going to fold my material into two this way. I hope you saw this. I hope you saw this folding. Then I will fold it into four like this. So this is into four. So this is into four, and then I will fold it again. So I'm folding it. So I folded it again to complete the 720-degree I will be needing for this tutorial. So our waist measurement is 32 inches, like I said. Divided into 2 is going to give me 16 inches. Divided by 6.28 is going to give me 2.5. So I'll be working with 2.5. So I want small plating around my waist. So I'll go ahead and add 1.5 to this 2.5 I have for my calculation. So I have 2.5 from my calculation. Then I'm going to add 1.5 to this 2.5, making 4 inches. So like 16 inches is the half length, and the 23 inches is the blouse length. So I will be minusing 23 from 16. So this is going to give me 7 inches. Okay, so blouse length is 23 inches minus 16 inches, which is a half length. So I'll be getting 7 inches. So this is 7 inches. And then because I want plating around the waist, so I will add just 1.5, and you could add any measurement you want. So 1.5 is fine by me. So I'm adding 1.5 to this 7 inches. So this is going to give me 8.5. So this is 8.5. So I'll be cutting 8.5 for the length of the peplum I want to cut. Okay, you know we have 7 inches because 23 minus 16 is going to give us 7 inches. Then I added 1.5 to this 7 inches because of pleating I want around the waist. So this is, so for joining allowance, so this is going to give me 8.5. 1.5 plus 7 inches is 8.5 because of a joining allowance. So the waist measurement is 32 inches divided by 2 is 16 inches divided by 6.28. 16 divided by 6.28 is giving me 2.5. So I want pleating around the waist. I added 1.5 to 2.5. So this gives me 4 inches. So I will be working with 4 inches on the waistline. So I'll be marking 4 inches for the radius, and then the length will be 8.5. Okay. So guys, I'll be marking 4 inches from that point. 32 divided by 2 is giving me 16 inches divided by 6.28 is 2.5 plus 1.5. So this is giving me what I'm marking here, which is 4 inches. And then I'm connecting the dots. So 4 inches is the radius I'm working with. So this is what I'm marking. Then from that point, I'll be marking 8.5. 23 is the length of the top we are making. Half length is 16. 23 minus 16 inches gives us 7 inches plus 1.5 joining allowance of the waistline and the down part. So this gives me 8.5. And then I'm linking the line together. So this is what I'm doing here, and I'm going to cut. So I'm cutting right here. I'm cutting the length first. 8.5. So this is what I'm cutting here. And then I'm cutting 4 inches for the radius. I hope you saw this. Okay guys, this is what I have for a 720-degree peplum we cut. So I will go ahead and cut this into 2. So I've cut it into 2, and then I'm going to join the 2, and then I'm going to cut the lining the same way I cut the fabric. So this is what I want to do. So I'm joining at this point. I'm joining both together like so. So I'll join it at that side. Okay. Thank you for being there, guys. So this is how our front bodice looks like. So this is how it looks like. I cut the lining for the front panel. So this is our back panel. I also cut the lining of the back panel, and this is our 720-degree peplum. So I will go ahead and join this peplum together before I add my interfacing. Then this is our yoke for the front panel and the back panel. So this is the back panel, and here is our front panel yoke. So this back and this the front, and this the sleeve. So I cut the sleeve. If you don't know how to cut this sleeve, you can check this on my channel. I have tutorial on this for better understanding. Check it after watching this video. Okay. So guys, I added my interfacing on the fabric I cut, the 720-degree peplum flare I cut. I joined it, then I added interfacing on it and then I use my iron to glue it together. Then this is the front bodies that I added wording on these front bodies, as you can see. So this is our front bodies. I notched the underbust and the bust point so that I don't get trouble whenever I want to put them together. Okay, so notching is very, very compulsory. It's going to help you. Here is a front panel yoke on the machine right here. So I'm going to place it on the fabric, then I'm going to use my lining to turn it. So this is at 8.5, I added joining allowance of upper part and down part. Okay, so 0.5 for upper part and 0.5 for joining of the lower part. And to achieve this journey, you are going to fold it into two this way. So after this folding, you are going to put a notch. Make sure they are aligned, and then notch the center front, the midpoint. Make sure you notch it, and then fold the material, the fabric, the way I'm folding mine. Make sure you fold it, and then notch the midpoint as well, and then do the same thing you have done to this to the lining you are going to use to turn both of them. And make sure the three notching parts are lined before you join it. So I'm placing it. I will make sure the three notching parts are lined, both yoke and the front bodies and the lining I'm going to use to turn it. So the notching parts must be aligned. Okay, so then I'm going to use my pin to hold it down. Okay, so I'm using my pin to hold it down so that it doesn't shift whenever I want to join it. So this is what I'm doing here. I will use my pin to hold it down. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video. Okay, so I will start joining right here. So I'm joining the front bodies, that is the yoke and the down parts of our front bodies with lining. I'm using my lining to turning it over. So this is what I'm doing here. You can see the three notching parts are lined. Okay, so I will join the two sides. I want to join the two sides. Okay, so guys, I'm through with joining, and I joined the two sides. So this is what we are going to have. So I'm pulling the yoke out. I'm pulling it out of the front bodies. So I used my bias to cover that place, the neck. I used it to join the neck. So this is a back panel. So this is a zipper allowance, 1 inch for a zipper allowance. So this is what we have. So I joined front and back panel together. As you can see, it comes out very good. So the bust come out very nice. So I will go ahead and join the sleeve from the shoulder. So I notch the sleeve. So I'm placing notching parts from the sleeve to the notching part of the shoulder, and then I will use my pin to hold it down. Then I will join. Then after this, I'm going to place the 720-degree peplum. We cut this way. I told you it's going to have the waistline is going to have small plating. So that's why I added some inches to the 2.5 we got from our calculation. So we have 1 inch for the joining for the zipper allowance. So we are adding 2 inches to this 1 inch. So the plating is going to start from the 2 inches we measure. After that, we will measure zipper allowance. So I want to start joining of the peplum. So I want to join the peplum right here. So I'm measuring 3 inches like I said. We have 1 inch for zipper allowance and 2 inches I measured plus 1 inch making 3 inches. So I will start the plating on the point of these 3 inches so that the back and the zipper area will lay properly. That's excess of moving away 2 inches from the zipper line. Okay, so it's going to lay properly. When I wear it, you will see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is what I'm doing, and then I'm measuring to 2 inches is the distance between each plating. 2 inches is the distance between the plating. So this is what I'm measuring here. Measuring 2 inches. Okay, I'm through with our plating. So I want to join the sleeve, the two sleeves. So I'll make sure the notching parts are aligned. Then I used my pin to hold it down so that it doesn't shift. So this is what I'm trying to do here. So I'm joining right here. I'm joining the sleeves. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm joining the two sleeves to the armhole. So this is second sleeves. These are second sleeve. Okay, I'm through with joining right here. I'm done with joining. So this is a peplum top. I hope you like this. So this is how it looks like. This is very simple and beautiful. Okay, so I used needle and thread to brace that point, so I will remove it later when I'm done with it. So this is it. So this is a waistline. So you can go ahead and use your overlocking machine and lock that side. So I will add zip to the zipper area. So this is the zip I want to use. So I'm adding zip like so, and then we are through. So I can pipe that side, or I can use my overlocking machine to whip it. I can pipe that side or whip that side. Okay. So this is our sleeves. The two sleeves we cut and the yoke. So this is beautiful. So I'll go ahead and add the zip. So this is a 720-degree peplum top with yoke. This is beautiful. I like this top. So if you want your neck, if you want deeper neck, you can go lower than this. So this is our sleeves, the two sleeves. So this is the back. I joined the zip. So this is a hole at the back. I attach my hook and knife and then the button at that point. Okay, this is very, very perfect and beautiful. I like this top. I'm sure you like it. Oh my God, this top is beautiful. I've come to the end of today's tutorial on our 720-degree peplum top. Check this out. Check this top out. So this is the back. I hope you like the back. Check this top out. So